Morning. Today we'll see an experiment on IIR low pass filter using Butterworth technique. So I'll explain the code in MATLAB, then we'll run the code and we'll observe the output. So first three lines, CLC clear all, close all. CLC will clear the command window history. Clear all will clear all the workspace variables, and close all will close any additional windows that has been created. RP. So if you observe in IR filter design, that too in digital, we need some specifications. What are they? Passband frequency, stopband frequency, passband ripple, stopband ripple, as well as sampling frequency. So here I'll ask the user to enter them. RP represents passband ripple, RS stopband ripple, FS sampling frequency, FP passband frequency, FST stopband frequency. Now I normalize sampling frequency and I'll assign new variable which is Fn. Fn is equal to Fs by 2, through which I can normalize sampling frequency. Next, Fpn. So similarly I need to normalize remaining two frequencies as well. They are passband frequency as well as stopband frequency, and I'll assign a new variable for it where Fpn represents normalized passband. Similarly, Fs, what does Fs stands for? If you look here in line number 6, Fs represents stopband frequency, and I'll normalize it Fstn. Okay, sorry, it's not Fs, it is Fst. St represents stopband. Normalize, you add one more variable, that is n. How? Take Fst divided by Fn, which is normalized sampling frequency. What is the first thing in designing a filter? After you note down the specification, we need to find out order of a filter. Once you know the order of a filter, we can easily find out poles. Once you get the poles, now we can obtain transfer function corresponding to normalized filter, and then use suitable transformation to convert normalized to a desired filter. In other words, denormalize it. Okay, that's the procedure. So here as well, say if you observe here, n comma omega c. In here, n represents order of a filter and omega c represents cutoff frequency. So as I already mentioned, here we'll use Butterworth technique. So I'll use inbuilt function BUTTORD, BUTTORD, to find out order n as well as cutoff frequency. For this particular standard function, we need to give certain inputs. They are normalized passband frequency, normalized stopband frequency, passband ripple as well as stopband ripple. So if you give this as input, it will automatically calculate n, which is order, as well as omega c, cutoff frequency. Once you find out this, we can easily find out transfer function. So in general, in IIR filter, you have two polynomials, both numerator as well as denominator polynomial. Numerator polynomial coefficients are in general in terms of b, letter b. Similarly, we have denominator polynomial which has coefficients associated with variable a, that is a1, a2, a3, etc. In numerator is b1, b2, b3, etc. Okay, so I have represented the same. B comma a is equal to butter of n comma omega c. Based on the order of a filter as well as cutoff frequency of filter, we will find out final transfer function, which is denormalized transfer function. Okay, then moving on, we need to plot it now whether it is meeting the given specification. Say for example, it could be low pass or high pass or band stop. So in order to do that, now I'll need to represent it in a form of a graph. That is, I need to plot both magnitude as well as frequency response. For frequency response, so this is again I'll use the inbuilt function frukz. I'll assign that to h comma f, and for that we need to give B coefficient, A coefficient, how much accuracy you want, number of points. So this could be 124 or 256 or 512, something like that, or 1024. If you want more accuracy, you increase the number of points. And Fs, sampling frequency. And for getting magnitude response, it is 20 log to the base 10 ABS of H. Next, I'll go to plot it. Plot what? Plot both magnitude response as well as phase response. So figure plot f h underscore mag. Here what you'll get? You'll get a plot of magnitude response. I'll grid on so that I can easily map at what frequency, up to what frequency you can easily pass the signals, and what about the frequency range wherein you'll get stop band, something like that. In order to look that, it is very easy if you have grid turned on. Then what is label for x frequency? That is in case of magnitude frequency response, x-axis is always frequency axis and y-axis is magnitude axis. Okay, and title magnitude response. Similarly, you will have phase response. H underscore phase is equal to angle of h. Angle of something is an inbuilt function again, and then I'm going to plot it. So figure plot f comma h underscore phase into 180 by pi, if you want that in terms of degrees. So in general, you'll get it in terms of radians. So convert it into degree of multiply by 180 divided by pi. And then grid on. So this is frequency, phase representation, right? So x-axis is frequency, y-axis is phase in degrees. Title, phase response. So hope you understood the code. Now I'm going to run it. So it is asking me to enter passband ripple. I'm going to use this as an input. So minus, the first input is minus 3.01 dB. Stop band ripple minus 15 decibels. Sampling frequency, which is, it should be always on a higher value. Now one thing is, now among these two, which is highest, at least sampling frequency should be at least twice, or it is better if you consider more than that. Okay, so if you look here, highest is 750. 750 into 2 is 1500. So sampling frequency should be at least 1500. That's what sampling theorem says. Okay, since this is 2000 here, now it is sufficient. Otherwise, sampling cannot be done. Now you can try this. You enter 20 or something. Now it won't give you the proper output. You can check that later. And passband frequency, here I consider it as 500 and stop band frequency 750. By looking into this, we can easily decide that this is the specifications corresponding to low pass filter. So now I'll run this. So I got both magnitude response as well as phase response. I'll come to this graphs little later. Now let me check the order of a filter. So I got order as 2. Now if you work out, you should get back the same. Theoretically, if you use Butterworth technique and if you find out order, you should get back the same. And similarly, cutoff frequency omega c. So here I'm getting 0.5083. And you can also observe transfer function. For that, we'll use one more inbuilt function, TF of B comma A. That is numerator coefficients and denominator coefficients. So you'll get an output something like this. See here, this is n, order is 2, cutoff frequency 0.5083 and transfer function. See, if you observe here, it is of order 2 only. Okay, in this way you can verify your output. So this is with respect to low pass filter output, that what you can observe in command window. Now we'll observe the same in the form of graph. If you remember here, passband ripple, stop band ripple, sampling frequency, and they have also given us passband frequency as well as stop band frequency. You remember them: 3, 15, 2000, 500, 750. See here, this is 500 Hz, right? What is the meaning of 500 Hz as passband frequency? That means right from 0 till 5000 it will pass. It will pass all the signals here. Now it will pass. After that it will start attenuating. What about stop band frequency? So if you observe here, stop band frequency is 750, somewhere here. So up to here, somehow between this point and this point, now it will start attenuating, but after this it won't allow. See here, there's sudden change. It will not allow beyond this particular region. Beyond this region, it will not allow. In other words, signals will be attenuated or compressed. So hope it is matching with our specifications. And now if you look this particular graph, it is similar to low pass filter design. And similarly you will get one more graph which is for phase. You find out the angles, and if you plot it, you will get a graph something like this. So hope you have understood this. Practice this. Thank you very much.